Got to get off the drop links first. Okay, so you've got to release the track rod end here, which could be seized on. These two, one at the side that holds the brake light on, and the reason I'm doing this is because the spring is broken. You can see it there, it's lifted up rubber pad. So I've got to replace the spring. 3 bolts in there that are hard to get to as well. Alright, see if we can spin it off. Okay, try again with a 6mm hex. Then we just need a tap of a hammer to get it in. 6mm hex and a 17mm spanner. Slipping on me again. Have a spare set of drop links ready to go because you're going to destroy them. It's coming. It's coming, but it's very, very tough. I just clean the threads again and put a bit of copperies on it. Bloody hell. Let's see this slipping. Ah, that's it. Nope. I really didn't want to get to this, but I can't break the thing off. I can't break it off. I can't spin it off. I can't force it off. The hole's gone. Wow, still won't spin off. Okay, that seems to have taken a little bit more out of it now. Right, that's a nut off. I'll get the bloody thing out. There we go. Oh God.
It's 6 months. We're going to keep the case open with
Right.
a small
Jesus.
everything because
That's it. That's got that bun off. That's the only way to do it, is to destroy the 2 drop links. Got to get off this one here, the 2 big bolts, and this one here that holds on the brake pipe. It's hard to see down there, and then this one here that holds on the wheel sensor pipe, the speed sensor cable. So there's a little one in there. I'm going to get this one first. It's just here, you can see that's 14, and the one up here is 14 as well. They both got to come off. 2 of them off there, and that's that one off too at the back. Okay, now there's just still a little plastic clip that's holding this onto this strut. Now this strut has to come out, so I'm going to have to lever this little plastic clip off. I'll do it with a little pry bar there now. Get that out. Just going to put a jack underneath the wheel to support it when I take those 2 bolts out. Right, the jack is supporting the underside of the steering joint, and I've just separated those 2 there. You see that comes away completely, and that's just hanging on by the 3 bolts at the top. So there's 3 in there, 1, 2, 3. They're a pain to get to with this plastic thing on. Okay. Finger tight now. Okay. Now, whoa. Heavier than you think. So that's it off. And you can see actually where the spring is broken and pierced through a hole through the rubber. So that'll all have to come off now. I'll get some compressors on that. Okay, the spring's compressed enough now, so I just need to get this cover off. Okay. So you can see the difference between the broken one and the new one. No wonder the car was making a good bit of noise. That's the old shock absorber off. It moves so it's knackered. And I've had to cut a thread at the top because I damaged a thread of it before, so I'll be very glad to replace this. This is the one I'm replacing it with. It was €100. Yeah, they're the same. They have the same brake bit holders on them and drop links there. It's all fine. Nice new bolt. Everything looks good there. So direct replacement. I'll get that on now. You can see the difference when you compare the two tubes. That one just goes straight up and down. Whereas this one, a bit of pressure and then it comes back up much more slowly. This is meant to, according to the instructions, this is meant to be done 7 to 8 times. So I'll spare you that. Okay, this needs to be built back up now. That rests in a hole there, and then the spring itself. And that the bottom of the spring goes in the little indent there. There is a flat bit on the back of the thread, and that needs to be lined up with the flat bit inside that circle. When that's all on, so rubber at the bottom, spring, rubber at the top should be connected to that. Then a circular plate there. And then this on top, lined up with the flat piece on the thread, and a little spacer goes on top, and then your new. Alright, this is one of the shock absorbers that doesn't have an Allen key hole in the top, so I can't secure the shaft while I tighten up that 22mm shaft top bolt. So the only way to do it is just a set of vice grips there with a bit of rubber just to protect the shaft. I'm going to give that a crack now. And this needs to be done up to 50. Yeah, no, it's moving the thing. See if we can tighten that a wee bit more. There's a bit more tightening there with the vice grip. Let's give that a go. Oh, there you go. Get the bit of rubber out I was using to pad it. I was far up the suspension bar as I could go as well. That bit will probably never ever travel into the suspension body. Yeah, it's giving it a fair old bite. Yeah, you can't really see, but there's no damage in that. It's not ideal, but there's no marks, there's no damage. It can still slide inside the body. I can't get a gun on that, so I'm just going to use and I haven't got a 22mm spanner, so I'm just going to use one of these adjustables. Just to open it slightly so they're opening in parallel with each other. Camera ran out of battery. I pushed the new strut and the new spring back into place there. Went in very easily. You can get to all of the 14mm nuts there These are 33 Newton meters for the top of the sway bar, 25 pounds per square foot. These are 210 to 220 here on the bottom of the suspension turret. Ones on the other side, the 214mm, they provide no structural thing, so just nip them up tight. Don't forget to put your ABS wire back in again. That is tricky enough to get right. That was an absolute bugger to get on. It really was. The holes obviously don't line up on the